Friends, I've had a lot of requests to do some more chicken cutting videos. So today we're going to have some fun with a limited edition Buck 119. This was January 2023 Buck of the Month, and it has 3V steel and a straight clip point blade. And we're going to be deboning these chicken thighs because at $1.99 a pound, that's the best value for meat right now. But before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like this video. It's what keeps this channel going. Thank you. So getting started here, this is a 4-pack, but you can get leg quarters for much cheaper if you buy them in a larger quantity or when they're on sale. But most of them are going to come with the backbone attached like these here. And the first thing we need to do is get rid of that. So you want to locate where it starts and get your knife in right under. Well, let's get some of that out of the way. But what you want to do is locate where it's at, get your knife up underneath there, and get right along the bones and get rid of that portion of the backbone. Very little meat in there, and it just makes for a less appealing cut. You can boil it for stock, but we're throwing it away because this is a knife channel, not a chicken stock making channel. Idea here is to show off the Buck 119, doing a fine job on these. As you can see, it's slicing right down to the thigh bone here. It's razor sharp, and we're just going to trace this bone, go down both sides of it, spin it around, come around down the leg, do the same thing down both sides of the leg, just using that fine tip, that razor edge, and we're going to scrape that meat away from the bone and just work it there. You know, I'm not an expert butcher. I don't do this for a living. But I know my way around a knife, so be patient with me. Got the camera in the way and all that, but you know, we just want to get to where we can get underneath those bones and work these up. I'm doing this thigh, taking both bones at the same time. Once I get all the meat, you know, I'm trying to save as much as I can. Get this meat scraped down, get the bones clean, then I'm going to start working my way up underneath this joint, and you know, just stick my thumb under there and just go ahead and slice under there and pull these bones out right together, you know, trimming that meat down as I go so I don't waste any. And just working it down. Scrape the bones. Come around, cut around that cartilage, get that meat. Work our way back down that drumstick bone. Go ahead and take some of these ligaments with it. And then we're just going to trim it right on off because on this one we're not going to keep the end. Next one I'll show you what some people do, but on this one here, we just want it all meat. We don't want any pieces of bone in there. So just go around, check it out. Cut off the excess fat, making sure there's no pieces of bone or anything left in there. It's a nice clean piece of meat. Here we are, we're just doing the second one. Same thing. I'm going to edit it a little bit here for time. That way you're not sitting there watching me cut up 4 chicken thighs. This one here, all I did is I'm just showing you I'm separating the bones into 2 pieces. You can work this leg bone out, cut the joint, slap the back of the blade on there, and then just cut the end of that off. Some people leave it on and just twist the bone out. I don't like doing it that way because look at that, there's a piece of bone, and that's exactly why I don't like doing it. I don't want to add pieces of bone to the meat. I'm trying to get rid of all the bones, so why am I going to leave a piece of a bone in there? So I don't recommend doing that. It looks cool on video, but yeah, don't bother. So getting back to the knife, like I said, it's 2023's Buck of the Month. It's a 119 special with a straight clip point blade and an insanely sharp 3V steel. It has great balance and grip, and it's a joy to use, and this would be perfect for deer, hog, or any other game animal processing. The knife is easy to clean because it's smooth with no nooks or crannies for giblets to get wedged into, but it also has great traction with the finger guard working perfectly and a hint of finger grooves on the handle. And this 3V steel blade has been easy to maintain. taking just a few swipes on the leather strop to bring back the razor sharp edge. But cleaning, drying, and protecting the 3V blade is a must if you want it to last, because it is not a stainless steel. Alright, so going back to the chicken, we have 4 boneless chicken thighs in the pan. No bones, all meat and skin, and you can cook these however you want, but what you ought to do is marinate them first. And what I like to do is take a quart of water, just a tap water. I take about a tablespoon of salt, maybe a little bit more. And then I like to take my favorite hot sauce, which is Crystal. And I know what you're thinking, it's not going to make it hot. This is just going to help tenderize it. It's going to help marinate it. It's going to be no hotter than putting pepper. But we're going to put quite a bit in there. I put about half a bottle. I use the same thing when I do chicken wings. Alright, but let me tell you, it doesn't make it hot. It's just a perfect marinade for chicken, and take some of that chickenness out of it. So we're going to cover that completely, and try not to make a mess here. And we're going to put enough in there to completely cover it. We're going to take our spoon and try to push the chicken down in there. That way it's completely covered. And there we go. Alright, so now what we're going to do is take some clear plastic wrap, cover that tightly, seal it up the best we can. We're going to make sure we clean up everything when we're done here. I recommend a little bit of bleach, that way we make sure we have no contamination from that chicken on anything. And we're going to move this into the refrigerator, and we're going to let it marinate. You can have it up to 2 days. And we're fixing to bring this video to an end. I will post a short with my chicken cooking recipe. You can see how it turns out, but this was all about the knife. This was about using the Buck 119, and this was thanking you for viewing the channel. Like I said, please subscribe, please like the video. It helps bring in content like this. Let me know if you got any suggestions or requests for other videos. But other than that, you have a good day.